Coach, welcome.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure having you once again. Today our discussion is going to be on your junior team. So far, what's the news, the progress so far with your team?
Good. Thanks for the opportunity once again. So far, so good. Positive progress. In as much as there have been a lot of positive progress, there are certain things that if we refine, we can still make it and get to the ultimate level we want to get to. And so far, it's been very positive.
Coach, how was the process like? Your registration? I remember on the deadline day, you had to be at the office as late as 10 p.m. to get things done. How was it with the age restrictions and the profile of players that you were looking up to? Were you able to get your number? And then the players you've trained with, were you able to sign them all?
Unfortunately, we couldn't sign all the players that we submitted for registration during this window, through no fault of ours. But I think it boils down to where they are coming from. Now, most of the teams didn't give us the right ages, as we had the boys for over 2 weeks to look at their performance. Because just like you asked in your question, the profile, we have a criteria you need to meet before we can add you to the project we are all yearning for. And looking at their profile, they satisfied it. But then the names and the ages they were giving to us, you go into the system and there were challenges. So per our collective decision, we decided to even send more numbers so that we can add up to the already 15 that we had. And even that, we were able to register about 6 out of 11 names that we sent. Yes, we will not blame the players because they are young boys, but mostly it was because of the teams. Ages, transfer issues, restrictions that are on it. Basically, it's a bit funny. You ask a player of his age, you go into the system, and the name the player has mentioned to you is different from the one in the system. And that gave us a challenge. Akoto, our administrator, did his best to actually streamline things so that the name of Kumasi Asante Kotoko will not be put in the mud. So he did his best, and he was able to get a genuine 6 players that we added to the already 15 registered players. It is a lesson for all of us. So going forward, what we have decided to do now is, yes, if you bring a player for us to look at him, now we'll look at our criteria. Apart from that, what we will add is we will check the FIFA Connect and ensure that the person's age that he is giving to us is the same thing that is in the system before we will even, in quote, waste our time in assessing the player. Because it's frustrating for you to assess a player, and because of the period, it is not only assessing him, but we also add knowledge. We refine the player. Then when you are ready to add him to your squad, it goes waste. You have wasted your time, you have wasted the player's time going forward. So we want to actually add it to our policy. Anybody at all who is close to the team, who identifies a talent anywhere, you bring that talent. What we will ensure is you actually satisfy those criteria we are meeting, especially the one in the FIFA Connect. If you meet it and it's within what we all agree on, then we'll go ahead and register them so that we'll not go through this wahala again.
Okay, Coach, that's well explained, and I think the supporters will understand, because as part of how you go about your dealings, you want honesty, and then your credibility in terms of protecting the image of the club is something that you don't joke with. The team has finally been registered as part of the Ashanti Regional Division 3. How do you embrace this opportunity? And then
we actually pushed for the team to play in the Division 3. You mentioned something in your question, and let me go back to that and address it. Integrity, credibility, sincerity, and honesty should be every coach's hallmark. You close your eyes on certain things, it will go back to haunt you, and it may affect you for the rest of your life. What I will put out there is most of our colleagues in this youth development thing should try and put money behind them, chronism behind them, and favoritism behind them. You have a criteria you are following. Ensure that the player A or player B that has been brought in, first and foremost, must meet that criteria to protect your integrity. Otherwise, you think of taking money from people, bringing them in, and at the end of the day, it will collapse the project that you want to do. And this is Kumasi Asante Kotoko we are talking of. For me as an individual, I don't care how close the person is with the team. If the player he or she has brought in does not meet the criteria, I'm sorry, and I'm very sorry to disappoint some of our supporters and people close to the team. It is a project which we all know is on the heart of the king. We don't have to let the king down. And if you do a research on youth teams all over the world, it is a youth team that gives the team money. You develop them well, you get the good quality, you polish them, and you send them out there. They bring money to the club. And that is what we want to follow. We are not closing our eyes on it. Now back to your question that you asked. The third division, yes, we agreed. We are U17, and some are even 17 years now. So we wanted a higher challenge and a bigger challenge for them. And we believe that if they play in the Coast U17, the competitive nature, the challenge that we want to give them, they may not get it. So let's push them to the Division 3, where we know the competition will be higher, the enthusiasm will be there for them to challenge themselves and make all of us proud. And we are confident the talent we have put together and what they are picking to adapt to what they brought in. We believe the third division will be a very, very great platform for all of us to actually smile at the end of the day. Now, if they are able to do well in the Division 3, drafting them into the senior team becomes an easy route because they've experienced a challenge. And you and I know most of our third division players are already matured boys because it's a division side. Yes, but if they are able to compete with these matured boys, I think it will go a long way to help Kumasi Asante Kotoko.
Yes, that's wonderful. Coach, in the FA Cup, I think your second game, Vitus Kwesi Avoka started the game, and from afar, I can't describe the emotions, how I felt for that gentleman. Being the head coach of the youth team, seeing your player called to the senior side to train with them, and finally getting the opportunity to start in a competitive game for the team. How was the feeling for you? I know you were at the bench, but I know obviously you might be brimming with certain kind of feeling you can't explain. So how was it like for you seeing the gentleman playing that competitive game?
It's good you've mentioned Vitus Avoka's name. Not Vitus alone. Emisa
also came on.
Solomon, and he Vitus himself. And I think Godfred has also been on the bench once in a while. It is equal to a parent who believes in a child's potential, and the child goes to wherever he wants to practice. For example, he goes to a carpentry shop, a mechanic shop, and given the opportunity to fix a car or put up a furniture, he's able to do it well. You have that joy for the supervisor in that department to tell you that your child has done very well. So now let's give him the opportunity to exhibit what he has done. And that was the opportunity given to Vital. He was playing so well during training session, and we said, come on, let's give him the goal. Let's give him the goal. He went in, he delivered. He played well, even not to the level that we were expecting. But if I should put it on a scale, he played above average. And it will be the joy of every development coach to see that. The Angelottis, the Peps, they bring in youth players into the first team, and you could see the smile and the hug. After the match, I gave him a hug, and you could see the excitement on his face. And this is just the beginning. This is just the beginning. Going forward, in as much as we don't want to put pressure on these young boys, we will be introducing them as and when needed to boost their morale.
Coach, we spoke some time ago, and you spoke highly of the impact of the management, the Kim himself, and what they've been able to do for the team. What new things have they brought on board ever since we last spoke, and how impressed are you with what they have achieved or done for your group?
Good. I will use this opportunity to thank the King himself, since we got to know that this youth team is on his heart. We have also ensured that we will do and live up to expectations, so that anytime he hears the name of the youth team, he will be very much excited. Management are doing a yeoman's job, but let me use this phrase here. Oliver will always ask for more. They are doing their best, but we will always ask for more, so that we can get to the level that some European teams have gotten to. Now, it's about their residents. It's about how comfortable they will feel wherever they find themselves. We've been given the bus. New kits have been given to them. We understand there are more on the way. We will keep knocking the door till they bring it. But so far, most of the things that they have said, they have lived up to it. It is one thing on my heart that I am praying comes through. If we are able to put these boys in residence where we can actually monitor their sleeping time, what they eat, what they drink, because when it comes to development, everything that the player will put in him is supposed to be medicine that will help his development. Now they come, they train with us. Yes, we give them food morning and evening. They go back home. When they are on their own, do we know what they eat? Do we even know where they sleep? Do we even know the time they sleep? If we want to hasten their development, management should ensure. I think they've promised us that by this February, it will happen. And I believe they will not go beyond their words, and they will let it happen. So far, we give them credit. And I think you didn't mention the supporters. I was given an information yesterday that some group of supporters said, if we are playing in the Division 3, everywhere we will play, they will come and watch. It shows the enthusiasm they want to use and follow the team. We pray that those times will come, and they will come in their numbers. We will give them good football to enjoy.
Coach, looking at the ages of your players, they are 15, 14, 17. And playing the Division 3, you made mention that you just want to play good football and give them that encouragement and put them on a certain pedestal, so that when they are drafted into the senior team, it will be easy for them, or smooth for them to transition. Would you say that the supporters should not focus so much on results when the league starts for the Division 3, but should be in sync with what you aspire to achieve? That is giving them that level of encouragement, that level of upliftment in terms of their game, not necessarily on the results or the outcome of the matches.
Yes, it's a complex thing. It's a combination of both. We will have objective for every week and an objective for every match that we go into play. There will be some that pair what we have taken them through. You know, coaching a development team is a process, and it is not a product. So the process will be going on. But so far as it is football, if you get the process right, then the product will be on point. So you can never tell Kumasi Asante Kotoko supporters not to be thinking of results. That I know some of them will not be happy with you, but the boys will give them what they want to see in football. They will give them the excitement. They will give them the fun to laugh about, to enjoy and clap for the boys. And when the boys are able to connect these pieces, the goals will be flowing, which eventually will be the product. That will end up in us winning every match that we play. And that is the target we are going to set for them. I said it's a complex thing, a combination of it. Now, if they are able to do what the little things that we are taking them through, it will bring the results naturally. But we don't need to push them at all costs. That go and win, go and win. No, it will be a process. But the ultimate will be winning for the supporters to have that smile on them.
Coach, we are wrapping up, but I saw your boys in their new kits. What did they whisper into your ears when they finally got themselves in Kotoko apparel? For those who had not joined the senior team, what was the mood like, having their kits, their own jersey and all that? What did they whisper, if you can share with us?
It was joy for them. Most of them, it has been their dream to get closer to Kumasi Asante Kotoko. Not to even talk about being a youth team player, getting new apparels, dressing nicely to train and come back home. I mean, they are all excited, and it's a big morale for them. I think it is something that people have doubted, and as it is happening, we have told the boys that they should live up to expectation. Per how they are happy about what is being done for them, they should make sure that they will do it on the field for supporters to be happy. And they are very, very, very much happy and very, very comfortable to be with Kumasi Asante Kotoko.
Coach, thank you very much, and we'll be there to monitor all the games and their sessions throughout the season.
Thank you.
We wish to see more of them in the senior team when the need arises. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.